where users can deposit funds to earn lending interest. This is particularly what I'm going to be focusing on, which is lend to earn passive income. How many people in the digital asset space don't even know that the assets that they hold or other assets could be making them passive income, like 90% of the population in crypto right now? Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another quick DeFi Zoom call for the week. As always, trying to give you guys a weekly DeFi Zoom call outside of our fundamental breakdowns that we deliver throughout the entirety of the week. We had an extraordinary week this week. As always, delivering you guys accurate fundamentals and updates throughout the entirety of the week. I just want to remind you all, before we get started in today's call, we're going to be going over XtraFi. I'm going to talk a little bit about my approach to DeFi and the positions that I'm going to be building on this platform. I mentioned to you guys in previous video breakdowns on the Wealth 28 Club material that I'm going to be focusing on building a stablecoin portfolio. I'm going to incorporate some other things into that portfolio as well on XtraFi, because XtraFi is the platform that I'm choosing to build my stablecoin portfolio on via their lending feature. All right, so hopefully you guys can see my screen. We're going to go over this platform today because this is the platform I'm going to start building a portfolio on outside of Aerodrome, Velodrome, and the Magnetic Dex. I mentioned to you guys in previous video breakdowns, I'm going to start building a stablecoin portfolio just to build that security layer, that safety net. Just like in traditional investing, what's kept me afloat the vast majority of my investing career is I've always had a year's worth of expenses in my savings account, where I never let my savings account or my emergency money go below a year's worth of expenses, right? Worst case scenario, I lose all the money that I have in crypto. I lose all my forex accounts and all my capital. I always have that safety net to start fresh with and start over with, right? And I plan on doing the same thing in DeFi by building a stablecoin portfolio that's earning me constant yield. But I noticed that there are some other opportunities as well on this platform. And after looking through this platform, I'm going to show you guys some things that I found today. I really like it. So XtraFi, if you're not too familiar, we're just going to break this down a little bit and click through some different things that I found very interesting about this platform. So real fast, what is XtraFi? Extra Finance is a leveraged yield farming protocol built within the Superchain ecosystem. Now, you don't have to use their leveraged features. It is just an option. All right. You can enter into positions without any leverage, and they also offer different types of positions like lending, staking, and liquidity providing. Extra Finance enables users to farm diverse farming pools with customized farming strategies. Extra Finance also functions as a lending protocol where users can deposit funds to earn lending interest. This is particularly what I'm going to be focusing on, which is lend to earn passive income. How many people in the digital asset space don't even know that the assets that they hold or other assets could be making them passive income, like 90% of the population in crypto right now? They have no idea. They're just sitting with money in their cold storage wallet doing nothing, collecting dust. And that's not the approach I'm taking to crypto moving forward. Users can deposit assets into lending pools to earn interest on their deposited assets. It provides users with the way to earn passive income. So again, I mentioned that there's different features of this platform. We'll get into those in just one second, but I'm primarily going to be utilizing the lending feature. So real quick, you can go in, you can read what is lending, you can read how to use it. Lending involves supplying assets to the lending pool, which are then borrowed by leveraged yield farmers to perform yield farming. On Extra Finance, lenders can lend various assets, which we'll get into in today's video breakdown, and which ones I'm going to be lending, to earn from the lending APY. The interest rate for deposited assets are determined by the utilization rate of the lending pools following their corresponding interest rate curve. And there's a whole bunch of details that you can click through on this platform. All right. Now, let's get into some of the things that I really liked about this platform: the transparency, the security measures, the risk mitigation. There's a lot. So right off the bat, you can go and you can check their audits and their security features. You can see that they have different audit reports that you can click through and read, which I really like. That shows transparency and security within this platform. Some other key highlights from their docs is it goes on to read bug bounty. XtraFi runs a bug bounty program on ImmuneFi that rewards white hats for reporting valid vulnerabilities in our code. So I find that very appealing that they are offering incentives for individuals to come in and find bugs to further secure their platform. Then you have right here, it says proactive monitoring. We have partnered with Hexagate to protect the protocol from cyber exploits, hacks, governance, and financial risks. An automated pause mechanism will be deployed soon. We're going to come back to that because that was just incorporated into this feature, which I really like. And I'll once I get to that, if I can find the highlight, we'll read about that. That's really important because if there's a lot of volatility and volume or a market crash, that extra finance isn't necessarily a part of, they can pause things to mitigate the risk. And I'll get into that in just 1 second. This was a really cool feature that I liked about this platform. A lot of people asked about this in the chat. Insurance, right? So individuals that have a lot of money in DeFi, which I plan on having in the near future. This goes on to say, partnered with OpenCover, users can buy covers for their extra five positions through OpenCover, where users can buy covers through insurance applications, and you can click and learn more about it. So I clicked into it, and it takes you to this website where it talks about OpenCover, DeFi hack protection made easy. You can cover up to $5,000 from $2 per week. Obviously, of course, you can cover more than that, but just to show you it's not really that expensive. It's not expensive to protect and preserve your capital through insurance. So let's just read through a little bit about this because I found this very interesting and just another layer, another confluence as to why I liked this platform over others. So what is DeFi cover? What is this insurance that XtraFi offers? It says cover serves the same purpose as insurance. It's regulated counterpart. In decentralized finance, cover products enable you to protect your funds against protocol risks, including hacks, Oracle manipulation, and governance attacks. So, how many individuals out there that are skeptical about DeFi are skeptical because they're so worried about, losing their money, but don't even know that this is an option to actually insure their funds? I think it's really great. And again, it just shows lack of education amongst the general public because they won't go in and they won't open up these documents and click through things to educate themselves on the possibilities that DeFi has to offer. It says most DeFi cover providers operate on chain, making them transparent and audible. For a full provider overview and live industry data, you can see their data tracker and click on some different links to educate yourself further. But this provider and product specific in general, DeFi covers protects you against losses beyond your control, such as protocol hacks, Oracle manipulation, and governance attacks. Cover is valid on all EVM compatible chains where a given protocol is deployed. So that's what chains you can be covered on is all EVM compatible chains. So that's very interesting. So that means Optimism, Base, which are two main chains that we like to utilize here at CYPRX. So those are definitely some interesting features that I found, interesting about this platform, right? Just drew my interest even further. Another thing that I liked about this, something that has been talked amongst the DeFi, space most recently is institutional interest. And what I like about this platform, I noticed at the top of this insurance page on OpenCover, they have an institutional link right here. And so I clicked that open and you can see right here, it says looking to mitigate your organization's on-chain risk. So they're attempting to appeal to institutions. Institutions can come into this platform and they can book a free consultation and get more information on how to, protect the assets that they would be deploying onto this platform. So that was really good to see, considering the fact that we know institutions are interested in, these platforms, these DeFi protocols, and we know that they're coming once regulations green lighted, right? So I find that interesting. Again, just another incentive that drew me into this platform is they're definitely trying to appeal to institutional investors. All right. Now, this was really great. You can go on their platform and you can go back each and every single month. There's been an article on Medium written about XtraFi. And so some things that I found appealing from this article that was written June 7th, 2024. So it's recent, where it reads Extra Finance Monthly Review, May 2024. We'll scroll down here and I just want to read some of the security enhancements that have just been featured on this platform. So there's been a partnership with Hexagate where this past month, they've partnered with Hexagate to safeguard the protocol against cyber exploits, hacks, governance, and financial risks, where it says, together we are implementing proactive security risks and analytics for the protocol, holistic risk analytics, They have implemented comprehensive risk analytic enhancements for the protocol, including liquidity checks and continuous strict credit limit controls for listed pools. Then they have the onboarding of a security expert. They onboarded a security expert to collaborate on enhancing protocol safety. And then the adoption of Kobo Argus for emergency calls. So this is what I was talking about. I wanted to come back. It says we have adopted Kobo Argus to implement fine-grained access control, allowing the protocol to be paused swiftly during emergency events, ensuring a fast and effective response. Now, hopefully they never have to use this feature, but it's just, again, another added security and risk mitigation tool that they've implemented into their platform that, again, drew my interest because it just shows that they're taking proactive measures to enhance security, right? So I just found that that was interesting. I thought that I'd share that with you all. You all know that I like to do my research on the platforms before I invest my capital into them, and these were all just some appealing features of this platform that I thought that I'd share to possibly, spark your interest or at least get you to go and look into this platform yourself. Again, not financial advice. They also present their roadmap very openly. You can see that they have their roadmap all the way up to this year, Q4 2024. So you can go read about what it is that they're looking to do. You can click through different links and read about that. So let's just jump into the platform itself. You got XtraFi. This is the home page. You have, again, like I mentioned, different options. You have a farming option, a lending option, and a staking option. So the farming option is obviously, of course, the liquidity providing option. If you were to click into that, the platform is very diverse and there's a lot of things. So you're definitely going to have to take some time to educate yourself on each, clickable option, different tweaks that you can make. Entering into these pools is extremely simplistic. You would need to connect a compatible wallet. In this case, I'm personally using the Coinbase hot wallet, the Coinbase browser wallet. You can use MetaMask, pretty much any wallet that's compatible with the Optimism or base chain, right? The specific feature, I'm not going to get into much about leveraged farming. That's a feature that I will not be using. I'm not going to touch that because, again, this new portion of the portfolio that I'm looking to build in DeFi, I want to, again, try to mitigate my risk, but maximize my reward to build that safety net. So I won't be utilizing the farming feature or the leverage feature. But again, I just wanted to present that to you all that it's an option that you have. You look into it, you go into their docs, there's documented articles on how to enter into a position, how to and what the risks are around leverage. It goes into detail. Again, you just scroll to the bottom of the website and you can find their docs right here. All right, just click that open and read about it. What I want to take your attention to is the lending feature. So this is the feature that I'm personally going to be utilizing, and that is the lending feature. Okay. So lending, you have the option to look at different lending pools on both Optimism and Base. I will be utilizing both Optimism and Base, building a stablecoin portfolio, but at the same time, clicking around, I found that there are some really juicy opportunities if you're just lending one asset. So for example, on Optimism, clicking this APY feature and toggling this where it brings the highest APY to the top of the list, you can see that you can provide EXA or EXA, excuse me, I had a hiccup. TLX, for example, is offering 188% APY. This stablecoin, DAI, is offering 36% API, and the list goes on, right? And so, again, this is you just lending out these assets, as mentioned, in order for liquidity providers and borrowers to utilize your assets to enter into liquidity pools. And for lending your assets, you earn a yield on them, right? And so that's the feature that I'm going to be looking to utilize. So these are your token assets that you have the opportunity to earn yield on. You can sift through and you can look at different stablecoin pairs. You can look at different stablecoin options, excuse me. So think of if you have, 4 or 5 different stablecoin lending pools open on this platform that are each offering anywhere between 15 to 30% APY. Those add up where you could be making on just stablecoin lending pools alone over 100% APY. There's no one specific stablecoin pool that offers over like 40% APY. But if you're in multiple different stablecoin lending pools, like 4 or 5 of them that are each offering 25%, 36%, so on and so forth, that can add up to over 100% APY on just stablecoins alone that you're getting, right? So just last night, I entered into a test position. You can see right here, my positions. That option is available for you right at the top. Once you enter into a position, depositing into these pools is extremely simple. It's very simplistic after you've connected your wallet. Right now, I have my test wallet connected. You would just click deposit, walk through the prompts, select the amount of money or asset that you want to deposit into the pool. And I'll get into just 1 second how you can even get these assets because they don't have a swap feature on this platform. So keep that in mind. You cannot swap on this platform. You can bridge, but I haven't utilized the bridge feature yet, and I don't plan to. I don't really trust bridge features on other platforms. But anyways, all right, so you can see here my position. I'm currently making 250% APY on this EXA asset on the Optimism chain. Last night, I entered into the pool with about $332. The position is already up right now, about 338. You can see that I've earned 0.0858 EXA. EXA, I think right now is worth about $2 and some odd cents, give or take. You can see that I have the option to claim these fees. I have the option to deposit more money onto this pool, which I like as a feature. You don't have to adjust your position or anything. You can just deposit more assets. And you have the ability to withdraw. Now, real fast, I want to try to teach you guys how you can get these assets EXA. It's very simplistic. I just utilized Velodrome, which operates on the OP chain. So all you would do is connect your wallet. Let's say, for example, you have Velodrome or you have USDC on OP chain, on Optimism, all right, in your wallet. Obviously, of course, you're going to have to get to that point, whether that's you go through Coinbase or some other exchange, or maybe you're taking the fees that you're earning from Velodrome in the sense of Velo emissions. You're claiming those fees and those are deposited into your wallet. Now you have Velodrome on Optimism chain. You can swap that in your wallet for USDC on Optimism chain. Then you have USDC. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to connect the Velodrome and you're going to go to their swap feature and whatever asset you want. So for example, in this case, we want EXA. You would just go and you would swap your Velodrome or your USDC on Optimism for EXA. So you can go in here, you can get EXA, you would swap your Velo or your USDC on Optimism for EXA. That EXA will then be deposited into your wallet, and then you'll have the proper asset to go and deposit it into this pool. All right. That's the way that I found it's the easiest to get this asset. Same thing with the base pools. So for example, if you want token, if you want tower, if you want Wells, if you want Kalima, if you want Met, any of these base assets that you can see on the screen, right? Even Arrow here, you would just go into Aerodrome. You would obviously need to have a base asset in your wallet, and you would just go into Aerodrome and swap Arrow or USDC on base or Ethereum on base or whatever asset you have in your wallet on base for that token. So if I want TKN, you just type in TKN and you'll swap it out for TKN. If you want Wells, same thing. Tower, you can see is right there. Wells. Make sure that you're picking the correct asset, right? So if you want Wells, you would just swap it out. Then you'll have Wells in your wallet, and then you would just go back to XtraFi and you can deposit your Wells straight into the pool. So it's very simplistic. I wanted to teach you guys that because last night when I found the 250% APY on EXA, I was kind of stumped. I was like, well, they don't have a swap feature here. So how do I get EXA? So again, you just have to troubleshoot it. You just have to figure out how to get the asset. So for EXA, I just used Velodrome. I had some USDC. I had 300 and let's see how much was in the position. I had $332 last night in my USDC on Optimism chain in my wallet. And I swapped that for EXA on Velodrome and I deposited that into the pool. Now it's worth $338. What I'm going to constantly do is I'm going to constantly just dollar cost average into these positions, putting in like 100 to maybe 200 bucks per week on top of whatever I'm making from my Aerodrome positions, which have throttled down because of this most recent market downturn, but I'm still earning about $95 to about $110 per day. And so with that being said, every single time I earn after 24 hours, $95 to $110 per day, I'm just going to funnel that onto these accounts, right? Slowly dollar cost averaging into stable coins, slowly dollar cost averaging into these positions here. So that way my money's always working for me. It's just constantly growing and growing and growing, right? So that's my breakdown for today. This is just a platform I wanted to be open and transparent with you guys about why I'm choosing it, why I like it. Make sure that you go and you do your own research on it. Other than that, blessings to you guys. Again, just make sure that you're studying, make sure that you're being proactive, make sure that you're constantly looking for opportunities. I think that the DeFi space alone within itself, there's so many things that we in this community alone haven't even unlocked. So if you guys come across something, if you find something that seems, interest, it piques your interest and you get involved in it, share it with the community. We're all like-minded individuals looking to grow our wealth here in this space. So definitely just tap in. You guys enjoy your weekend and we'll hit the markets hard next week. We got some good fundamental data coming up. So everybody enjoy your weekend. If you guys have nothing for me, I'll let you guys go.